What's up, world? So I wanted to talk about adding a very, very unique style of training that is only specific to calisthenics, to body weight training, and that is bar complexes, essentially sets and reps on the pull-up bar or even gymnastic rings. And in this one, the first one I'm doing is 10 pull-ups, 1 muscle-up, 20 straight bar dips. Now, you aren't limited to only these 3 movements. There are other styles, of course, but you are pretty much just doing a tri-set, maybe a superset, or even a giant set without ever letting go of the bar. Ideally, that's what you want to do. A lot of these sets are called unbroken sets, and it really trains your mind and your mindset, so to speak, because who really wants to put themselves through all that pain, you know? To never let go of the bar, keep pushing the endurance, keep pushing the capacity to move under stress. And that is one of the main things of endurance. You must endure the set and the reps. You gotta go after it to get that growth. So that's mindset speaking. And a lot of the times the mind could be the limiting factor to your sets. And here's another one. 1 muscle up into 5 straight bar dips. Do that 5 times. So I'm literally repeating 5 sets without ever letting go of the bar. That's equating to 5 muscle ups and 25 straight bar dips all in one go. And you can have heavy emphasis on what the meanings of these complexes could be. It could be very much pull dominated, push dominated, or a combination of everything, or even muscle up dominated, you know, when you're really combining both of push and pull together for a multi-complex style of bar routines. Always make sure your form stays tight. Always make sure that you're honest with your reps as best as you can, because for the most part, if you're someone like me who's competing in calisthenics, you want to make sure things are clean, squeaky clean. So we got another one here. 1 muscle up in 20 straight bar dips and 10 pull-ups. For me, one of the main things that I'm focusing on big time is to get the pre-fatigue training like if it was like my first engine, so to speak. I want my capabilities to go beyond doing muscle-ups under fatigue. And this is where you really got to start timing yourself and paying attention to your recharge time, paying attention to how clean those muscle-ups are under fatigue. Not when you're fresh, but under fatigue. Those are one of the most important things possible to really, really focus on. You know, pull-ups, and I would say pull-ups is actually the easiest thing to do within these sets, because you don't really got to focus on being on top of the bar. With the muscle-up, you got to focus on generating a lot of explosivity under stress. And with the straight bar dips, you still got to get on top of the bars no matter what. Imagine failing on straight bar dips in a set, and you had to get yourself back up there. You would still have to be able to muscle up. Of course, depending on what's allowed, but for the most part, that's how it generally is. And pull-ups do get fatigue. Of course they do. So this is what this set entails of. 5 muscle-ups, 15 pull-ups. So now the focus here is to tire myself out before the actual pull-ups. And that will be with my muscle-ups. Of course, all the sets in between, everything I did here was in one day. And I did have a good significant amount of rest time after these sets were done. But it still does accumulate little by little. So, you know, you're making this ideal. You're making this like, you want to set yourself up for success and know where you are with your numbers. Reps, mindset, technique under stress, breathing, rhythm. This is why the endurance calisthenics game is so much more technical, and I think more difficult to judge than just street lifting and all that good stuff. But I do see us entering a golden age of calisthenics where we're getting more and more tighter with things. And yeah, somebody did drop my phone, and I was a little pissed off there. But I definitely finished my set. And peace and blessings to y'all. Hope y'all enjoy this one.